they form that short diamond shape right above us.
Here they come!
The voice of Red 1, squadron leader David Montenegro, who's the team's leader. It's his first year leading the team. He is a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defence pilot. He first joined the Red Arrows back in 2009, flying until 2007, and then leading the synchro pair. Reds 4, 5, 8 and 9 acknowledge another move now. Reds 9 and 8 move to the outside, 6 and 7 to their respective sides. This is a very wide shake from Red 9's left wing tip through to Red 8. Right now, Monty does with a very metronomic cadence in his voice. The idea is so the outside pilots can anticipate their control inputs. They're so wide there, 50 metres each away from Red 1's jet. On Red 1's right wing now is the first of our 3 new pilots. He's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Let's give the pilots a big wave as they go upside down, everybody! 400 miles an hour there, and 2,500 feet, all 9 jets upside down, with the closest parts of the aircraft only 6 feet away from each other. That chevron shape, Red 1 at the front in the middle, and on the left are the odd-numbered pilots, and on the right are the even-numbered pilots. In the 3 years they spend with the team, the pilots will generally start at the front, and as they get more proficient at formation aerobatics, they move. Front left now, the smoke's on as we form a new shape. Peter just mentioned it. This year, the Royal Air Force are celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Now, to honour all of those who back in the summer of 1940 worked to secure our skies, we've introduced this shape in their honour. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. This is Spitfire. Back in the summer of 1940, it wasn't just the fighter pilots or the few who did their thing to make sure our skies were secure. Everybody in the Royal Air Force had their own part to play, whether they were aircrew, ground crew, plotters, administrators, observers, mechanics or armourers. Everybody did their own thing to make sure that the skies were secure. And today the Royal Air Force is no different. The Royal Air Force operates on the whole force concept, relying on regulars, reservists, civil servants and contractors through a variety of trades and branches to ensure the Royal Air Force can deliver its output. And we're no different on the Red Arrows. Not just these pilots, we have a support structure of around 109 support staff. Now in from the left, on comes the smoke in our trademark Diamond. The lowermost aircraft, as you're looking at it, is flown by the last of our new pilots. He's Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom started his career as an instructor teaching on the Tucano, teaching basic fast jet training. Then he moved on to fly the Typhoon. You'll see it displayed later, the Royal Air Force's newest multi-role combat aircraft. Tom's primary role on the Typhoon was exactly what I've just been talking about, securing the skies. The Royal Air Force's Typhoon force is at readiness 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, ensuring that the skies of the UK and the Falkland Islands are always secure. And that's what Tom's primary role was on the Typhoon. Now down to the right, you'll see the Diamond has widened slightly for a new manoeuvre this year. Getting ready to fly the Whirlwind. Each of the pilots pilots there in the whirlwind flying what we call an aileron roll manoeuvre, essentially just a full left-hand control column input that rolls the aircraft very rapidly around its longitudinal axis. The key to the whirlwind is getting all 9 jets doing it at exactly the same time. And that's what the pilots were doing there as they flew the whirlwind. We're now out to the front left. You'll see the big, wide, loose diamond shape is collapsing into a much smaller shape. We actually design our display so the shape changes form part of the routine. So the smoke's gone off as we've now formed the shape of a former American spy plane known as the SR-71. It was colloquially known as the Blackbird, as we get ready to fly the Blackbird Loop. Pulling up at 400 miles an hour and 4 times the force of gravity. Once again, another formation change. Reds 4 and 5 move out to the sides. Reds 8 and 9 tuck in as we move through the vertical. Climbing now to a mile or 6,000 feet above us. The jets slow down to around 150 miles an hour, where the aircraft's controls become slightly less responsive. So not only are the pilots working hard to maintain formation, they're actually changing into a very obvious feathered arrow shape, which we shorten to Fred. Cameras ready for Fred. That's the end of the first part of this Red Arrows display, ladies and gentlemen. So far you've seen all 9 aircraft together performing close formation aerobatics. Well, now we're going to split down into sections of 2, 3, 4, 5 or 7 jets for some even more dynamic performing. Front right you can see a big T-shape now, that's known as Dagger, and at the front of Dagger are Reds 1 to 5. Their collective name is Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5, and at the back behind the leader are Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. Their collective name as a formation is Jippo, and Jippo is the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft when the Red Arrows started flying 9 ship displays. Mark is in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. His background of 800 miles an hour. Get your cameras ready for the amazing Jippo Pass. Ready? Leave their smoke and they're now turning away from us. Each pilot's pulling 6G. Now look to your front right to find Enid. Over to the front right, the wings of Enid drop down to form an inverted V shape. This lone jet will now fly in between them. This is the Goose. Climbing steeply to the right, drawing a red, white and blue stripe is Red 9. He's flight attendant 2 to the second year in the team. He's a former flying instructor. Straight ahead now to fly the synchro pair. Pulling up at 500 miles an hour and 5G. The aircraft reach a height of 7,000 feet. Each of the jets puts on their white smoke as they get ready to draw a fabulous heart in the blue skies at Clacton. Keep your eyes to the top right of the heart. We'll find another jet approaching. Here he is. On comes his smoke. This is Red 8, Flight Lieutenant Ollie Farr. Ollie's a third year pilot with the team. Former flying instructor and tornado pilot. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Red 6, 7 and 8. Drawing a great heart and spear. Looking left and right for the synchro pair, they're currently sat at 1,000 feet. The smoke comes on as they turn back towards us. They're about to descend to 100 feet to fly the opposition barrel roll. The next call you'll hear from the pilots is threshold. That means they've reached a geographical point on the ground, which is the contract point where they can continue this manoeuvre.
1 o'clock, the robot will be starting now. Yeah. The robot will be starting now.
Cameras ready for the opposition barrel rolls. Now looking over to the left, you see Red 8 joining Enid into a 7-tube Vixen formation. Pulling up at 400 miles an hour and 4G. Red 1 is now twisting this loop towards us through 90 degrees, what we call a quarter clover. 7,000 feet. Get your cameras ready for the good bits. This is the vertical brake.
Wow.
Left and right for the synchro pair. This time, Red 6 comes from the left and Red 7 from the right. Their closing speed, once again, is 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360-degree 6G turns. Get ready for the carousel. Putting 6G in these turns, remember the pilots are working hard to find the G.
Goes all around them and doesn't die. Here we go. This is the Twister.
Yeah, I'm funny.
It's number 617 as down Boston's quarters before he joined the Red Arrow. Black Twister finishes front left, look left down towards the pier by Jumbo. Well, in the first half of the display, we saw a formation barrel roll. Now, we're going to see a formation barrel roll, but with a very big difference. Red 6 just roll upside down.
Yeah, he's upside down. Whatever, he's upside down.
You feel the pain in those 60 points. He is actively pushing -2.5G. He is now the right way up. The other 3 you'll see are the right way up as they fly into barrel roll. You can hear that uncomfortable sound of those 60 points. Working very hard at -2.5G there. Now look to your left to find the 5 headlights of Enid. The inside pilots perform tight rolls to the outside in the rollback. rollback finish now to the right hand side. Bring your eyes further right.
Making great!
So, but I can't even see the screen.
Now we'll see red 6 and 7 roll upside down in close formation. 8 and 9 start to roll around them as they fly the corkscrew. Everybody, let's give the Sitco pair a big wave as they fly past upside down. Big wave, everybody. Away from red 6, but doing it while he's upside down. Now looking right, 45 degrees for Enid. Enid about to draw a pilot with the snake-like shape of spoken and sky as they fly the Clacton.
That looks like
Rates 2, 3, 4 and 5 switch their colour switch to white, and they do that by pressing the buttons on the control column with 3 individual colour buttons. The white switch is actually pure diesel fuel that's injected into the aircraft's engine exhaust, which burns around 400 degrees C, and that makes the diesel vaporise. The red and blue are a dye that's added to the diesel, which carries 5 minutes of white smoke and a minute each of red and blue in most aircraft other than red 1 today. Looking directly ahead now on the wing bar to find Jippo. 8 and 9 pitch up to roll around 6 and 7. They then perform their own rolls. Get your cameras ready for this Jippo break. Currently going to 2,000 feet. They start their descent back to 100 feet. But their final maneuver on this display, they get ready to fly the double roll. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the fabulous Synchro Pair. Out of the distance, above the wind mark, they've got their smoke on in victory formation as they get ready to fly the Vixen Break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows. Engineers are going to turn the aircraft to get ready for a flight down to 7 this evening as we get ready for